What is happening? J Gamer Dude here, and early access. It's a fascinating thing that is in the gaming industry where you can play a game before launch and be able to partake in giving some amount of feedback to the developers to try and make the game better, to fix bugs and things like that. That seems like a neat idea. However, it has been used and abused in a way that I cannot begin to express. So let's jump into this very, very bizarre situation that I can't believe was actually happening until I saw it now. 7 Days to Die. If you've ever jumped onto the PS4, more often than not, you might have seen this on the store. Apparently it launched in early access. And it's been there so it's been in early access for 12 years, but the game technically launched, I don't know, it was on the PS4 maybe like 2015, 2016 in the store, and so for some reason like it's always been there. So I just thought that the game was already launched or that it was always available to play. It's just that it was so buggy, broken and rubbish to play that I just never bothered thinking about it. But now here we are being like, oh, apparently now it's going into a proper 1.0 release. And I'm sure, like, okay, early access is one thing. Imagine if a game like Duke Nukem Forever had the opportunity to go into early access. Duke Nukem Forever going into early access, because that game was in development from the late 90s up to 2011. That is well over 12 to 14 years of development at this point. If that option was available back then, I'm sure they would have absolutely taken it, and maybe the game would be better than what it was when Gearbox got its hands on it and released it back in 2011. Because the joke was always going to be that Duke Nukem Forever was never going to be out. And now we have 7 Days to Die, which I feel like should have been out for quite some time, and yet now seeing this article in 2024, now it's finally apparently going to be out. Early access has given us a lot of good things, alright? Something like Hades is an excellent example. Something like Baldur's Gate 3, again, is a phenomenal example of something exceptional in product quality that you cannot deny is really, really good. But I think 7 Days to Die is still going to be rubbish even after it hits its 1.0. Surely I can't be the only one who thinks that this game is A, not that good, and B, is probably going to remain not that good, and that it kind of for its entire life has been slightly less buggy over time, but albeit still not particularly good. Again, it's just a zombie shooter that was spawned from the idea of how DayZ was a mod created for Arma 2. It's the exact same idea. Okay, so apparently they're also releasing a PS5 and Xbox Series X version as part of the 1.0 release. Oh, hold on, wait. So, okay, so any current releases will go into 1.0, and then there will also be next gen or current gen, I suppose, versions of the game as well. In saying that, okay, and it was also kickstarted. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I did not know this game was actually kickstarted. Maybe I might actually check it out just because it was. I don't imagine that there would be okay, so there's going to be a price increase, so now would be the time to get it if you wanted to. It's been relatively cheap for the most part anyways. Oh, okay, and people who have the old version will need to buy a new copy, but potentially wants to give us a discount if we have the old version. Okay. That's interesting. So the 1.0 release and the previous release are going to be two separate releases. And so the 1.0 release, hopefully for console players, may get a discount if you own the pre-release version of the game, or the early access version that was available this whole time. So it does feel like they're kind of double dipping in terms of number of sales for people who are still interested or still want to play or want to grab new people in or something else like that. Because there is going to be a price increase from the current price of what the game is to the new price of $45, which I suppose isn't that bad, but given what kind of game it is and what you're expecting from it, you would probably be better off waiting for a sale or buying the pre-release version before it gets removed, and then getting a discount on the 1.0 version. I just don't know if the pre-release version is going to remain playable, though. That's the question. But then again, like, yeah, this is pretty much a bit of a confusing situation, but there is a FAQ posted, so I'll probably check that out later on. But yeah, the idea of using, again, early access for all of this is just kind of interesting. I just didn't think I would ever see it, and at the same time, it doesn't seem like as if that it really is that much of a good look, especially when you are going to be selling the 1.0 version at a higher price moving forward. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but with all that said and done, let me know what you guys think about stuff like early access, how it's been currently used, but also how it's currently also been abused, because there is no shortage of examples on both sides. Let me know what you guys think about all of that in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 200 subs by the end of the year, and with all that said and done, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.